I'm here to talk to you about my July TBR. So basically there are like a million readathons going on in July, and I was tossing and turning about which ones I wanted to do. And so for a while there I was thinking I might try and do the Medievalathon and the biannual Bibliothon and be really clever and pick books that work for both. But I've decided I just want to like take it easy and just read whatever I feel like for the most part. So I'm only going to do the biannual I'm only going to take part in the biannual Bibliothon this month. Okay, let's get into that. Okay, so the group book for biannual Bibliothon, which is part of why I wanted to take part in this one, is Aurora Rising by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. So this was partly an impulse buy, but also I like my sci-fi and I'm hoping this is going to be really fun and awesome, and then I'll get to discuss it with people. The next prompt is choose a 5-star book pre-selected by the people running it, and I really didn't want to reread a book, and I didn't own any of the ones that I hadn't read that they listed, so I've ordered Codename Verity from the library, as well as Every Heart a Doorway by Seanan Maguire. Hopefully they will come in time. If not, I'm just going to sit this prompt out because I don't really feel like rereading Daisy Jones or Scythe. The next one is a book based on the cover, and I'm not just basing it on the cover, but it's part of it, and that is Asunder by Judy Meadows. So this is the second book in the New Soul trilogy, which I'm really interested to continue with, and I want to see where it goes. And gorgeous. The next is an adult book. For this one I decided to pick up Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss, because everyone just goes on and on about this, and it's been on my shelf for a little while. I even got it like really cheap secondhand for $4, and I know this one might take a while, so this one might be towards the end of the month. I'm not really sure yet. The next one is just a free choice. So I decided I'm going to pick up Infinite by Jody Meadows, and this is the last book in the New Soul trilogy, so I can just wrap that baby up and then get moving with some other series. So once again, like, it's beautiful. I can't wait. Just to bring some light to this fantasy heavy, for a new author to you, I'm going to read Again But Better by Christine Riccio. I am a massive fan. I've been watching her for years, and I really can't wait to see what's in the book. I haven't watched any of her writing videos because I didn't want it to spoil anything, so I think I'm really excited to read it and then go back and watch her videos and see the process, because I really want to know more about the writing process, as I'm like kind of stuck writing my own book. Alternatively, I might also read Shadow and Bone for a new to you author, because I have pretty much all of her books except for King of Scars, and I really want to get digging into this one. So because I'm already picking a lot of fantasy, I might kind of leave this towards the end, like whether I need like a breath of fresh air, or if I'm like, yeah, fantasy, because it might all just start to blend together and I might just be like, ugh, too many of the same tropes and worlds and ugh. Next one's a graphic novel. I don't think I'm going to take part in this one. I'm not a huge fan of graphic novels. If I do end up reading one, it will be Throne of Fire by Rick Riordan, which is the second in the Kane Chronicles. I just picked that up, but it's not really a priority for me. The next one is one that you've been excited to read but just haven't picked up yet, and there are so many for this one. So I decided I'm going to finally pick up A Court of Thorns and Roses. So basically I just wanted to wrap up Throne of Glass before I started these. Like, I know they're not necessarily like linked, but I just knew if I finished that, then I'd have a bit more Sarah J Maas to tide me over until more books were out. So yeah, I think I did try to read this once before, but I didn't really give it much of a chance. And it was at the library, so I was like, eh. But now that I know I love her, I'm going to read the shit out of this. The next one is a predicted 5-star read. So this is kind of cheating, but not really. But I'm going to read Nevernight by Jay Kristoff. So I did start reading this at the library and then realised I was not going to have time to read it because it was so like heavily requested. So I've only read about a chapter of this previously, and the first page had me. And I just feel like this is going to be something that I'm really going to love. Yeah, in the meantime, because that is only part of the month, I am currently reading Catch-22 by Joseph Heller. I've had this on my shelf for a while, and like a colleague I work with is always telling me like, oh, it's so good, it's so funny. And you know, there is a slight incentive of like, there's a show now, so like if I read this, that's available to me as well. And it is a chunky classic, so I have like till like 11 days to just like amble through this, or I can pick it back up. Not too bothered. And as for the rest of my TBR, that will be like around the readathon. I haven't really decided yet. I have too many books that like I know I want to read, and there's just so much to take into account, like if it's a series, or like how long it's been on my shelf, and the genre, and like if it's middle grade or young adult. So that's going to be a surprise for you and for me. Let me know if you're taking part of any readathons this month, what you're reading. Just if you've read any of the books on my TBR, most likely you have. Just any thoughts really. And I'll see you next time. Bye.